Hey, how's it going, Cameron?
Good, Graham. How are you, brother?
Doing good, doing good. Obviously, we got Halloween Havoc coming up on Wednesday. Super, very much looking forward to it. You got the Haunted House of Terror match coming up with Dexter Lumis. How are you feeling going into that match on Wednesday?
Graham, you're asking me how I'm feeling going into a match that is called the Haunted House of Terror match, Graham?
Mm-hmm.
How am I supposed to be feeling? Graham? I mean, come on now. I mean, some people are saying that I might be scared, but Graham, I'm going to be the first one to tell you live here on your show. I ain't scared, Graham.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Dexter Lumis is, kind of an opposing figure. Sometimes he comes off intimidating, but Graham, let me be the first one to tell you, Graham, I'm not scared, Graham. I'm not scared at all.
Well, you've brought up that before. You mentioned that last week with Mackenzie Mitchell backstage in NXT. You're not scared of this matchup, and you shouldn't be. You haven't beaten Finn Balor before. You've beaten Kushida before in NXT. You've even beaten the current NXT North American champion, Damian Priest. Do you think that gives you an advantage going into this match on Wednesday with all the wins that you've kind of amassed so far in NXT?
Graham, I knew I liked you, Graham. You said it right there. I beat Finn Balor. You know what he is? He's the NXT champion. I beat Damian Priest. You know what he is? He's the North American champion. Hey, Graham, I beat them all.
Mm-hmm.
So now that you mention it, what do I have to worry? I mean, none of those matches, unfortunately, were in the Haunted House of Terror, and honestly, I don't quite actually understand what that does entail, but honestly, I think Mr. Regal might have made a mistake there, and hopefully Wednesday at Halloween Havoc, we can clear things up, you know what I mean? Maybe I can talk to Mr. Regal, or Shotzi's the host of the show. Maybe I can talk to Shotzi for a little bit, and if we make this a regular match, you got no doubt I'm going to stomp a Raven down. You know what it is, cave-in.
So with that being said, do you have any idea, we're only, a little over 24 hours away from this matchup, do we have any idea what this match exactly is going to consist of? Is this the first of its kind in WWE, this Haunted House of Terror match?
Graham, I wish I had a better answer for you, but I have no idea what this is going to entail. Mm-hmm. A Haunted House of Terror match? Where in the world can I prepare for this, Graham?
Mm-hmm.
I've been there. Let me tell you, I've been all around the world. I've wrestled in every country I could possibly wrestle in at the young age of 27. But I haven't ever done a Haunted House of Terror match. Mm-hmm. And honestly, Graham, I don't know what's going to happen, brother.
Well, just kind of speaking in general, as far as Cameron Grimes is concerned, are there any superstars of the past that you've kind of looked to for inspiration over your last year in NXT?
Well, Graham, being from North Carolina and being trained by the Hardy Boyz, I always looked up to them. My whole entire life, I looked up to those daredevils, those crazy, I can't even say the word.
Mm-hmm.
Graham, I looked up to those guys. Those are the guys that I looked up to. Now, here in this past year, I can't look up to nobody because I'm looking down at them as I cave them in. You know what I'm saying, Graham?
Exactly. Is that match with Jeff Hardy at some point something you would love to explore, have on the main roster, or whether it be in NXT at some point down the road, a match with Jeff Hardy one-on-one?
Of course, Graham, I would absolutely love that. I would absolutely, as a kid growing up in North Carolina, being idolizing those guys.
Mm-hmm.
It would all end right here. You know what I mean? It would be the perfect match for me. But maybe one day, maybe we'll cross paths. Maybe. Mm-hmm. We'll see.
And with that being said, with the way you say your name on NXT, I can't even begin to do it justice, so I'm not even going to try it to say here, while we're talking, saying Cameron Grimes, and also the straight-to-the-moon catchphrase. Where did that come from? Did that kind of come together organically, or when did you really start to notice that kind of taking fire after you started saying it in your promos and whatnot?
Well, Cameron Grimes, you got to put the emphasis on that because that's the type of player I am in NXT. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You don't just say Cameron Grimes because that's not the type of person I am. When you see me, you want to scream my name because you ain't ever seen another man like me. You know what I'm saying? Cameron Grimes. And as for To the Moon, maybe that's where I'm going. Mm-hmm. Ever since I came into NXT at the breakout tournament, I've been building that rocket ship. Every little bolt, every little screw. I've been screwing it in. don't forget I need that rocket fuel. And I've been getting that rocket fuel over this past year. You said it. You said all the people that I've beat.
Mm-hmm.
What else do I got to do, brother? What else do I got to do but get strapped in that seat and go to the moon? You know what I'm saying, Graham?
Absolutely. And I mean, with that being said, it had to have been a cool experience for you to get that catchphrase on a t-shirt. Your first t-shirt in NXT says "Straight to the Moon" right on it. That had to have been a cool thing for you.
It's a great t-shirt, Graham. Thanks for the advertisement. You can go to WWE shop right now, and you can get you a one-of-a-kind Straight to the Moon t-shirt by Cameron Grimes. You can get it, and when the shows are back and running, and you can come back into the stadium, we can see a sea of people wanting to get on that rocket ship, Graham.
Mm-hmm. And I know Triple H has said before that the only way, because obviously after people win a championship in NXT, they get the classic finger-pointing photo. Damian Priest had that after he won the North American Championship back at TakeOver 30 while he was in the hot tub. But he said the only way that photo might be topped is if you, Cameron, win any championship in NXT. And it might just take place on the moon. Have you put any thought into if and when you win a championship in NXT, where or how that photo might take place with Triple H?
Well, listen, Graham. I don't know if you've seen the news over the past couple of weeks, but there's water on the moon. And if there's water on the moon, that means we can do a show on the moon. So what better time would it be for me to win all the gold in the first show on the moon? And it's to be determined, and I don't know the exact date on that show. I don't even know what the name of that show may be. But look out, because it may be coming.
Speaking of Triple H and anyone else that, kind of works behind the scenes in NXT, who have you learned the most from? Obviously, what we're seeing now is the very first Cameron Grimes in NXT, but if there's anyone that you've learned, taken advice from in the time that you've been with NXT, whether it be a Triple H or a Shawn Michaels or someone else that's behind the scenes in NXT, has there been any coaches that have been the most instrumental in your progress in NXT over the last year, Cameron?
Let me be completely honest with you. The PC, the system that WWE has cannot be beat. Mm-hmm. The coaches that we have cannot be outmatched. And let me tell you, when you're a young stud coming in like Cameron Grimes, with all the potential in the world and all the pieces just right, all those coaches throw themselves at you. Let me tell you, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Road Dogg, Norman Smiley, Terry Taylor, they all want to talk to Cameron Grimes. Because look at me. Look at me. When I'm in that ring, I pull off things that you have never seen before, ever. Mm-hmm. My finish is the most dominant finish in the WWE universe right now, with the RKO being number 2. You know what I'm saying? I could cave you in at any moment. I could do anything at any time. So the coaches, they want to be the one that says, I helped Cameron Grimes. Mm. When actually, I already knew everything they're telling me anyways.
So with the cave-in, how did that move develop? Like you said, it's one of those moves that you can practically hit out of nowhere. It's won you a lot of matches, including against the people we'd mentioned earlier. How did the development of that move kind of come about?
Listen, when you're 27 years old and you've been wrestling for, 12 years now? No, 13 years now? You learn a lot of different things. Before I came to WWE, I traveled the world. Now to stand out and to be a person that the WWE actually grabs and brings into this company, you have to be one in a million. Mm-hmm. And I did things that no one else could do. I've told you before. At 6 foot tall, 230 pounds, with the most explosive energy in the company, I can do a move that no one else can do, and that is the cave-in. Mm-hmm. When I hit that cave-in, you don't kick out, brother. You've seen it, Graham. You keep up. When's the last time you seen someone kick out of the cave-in?
It's a good question. Nobody.
I'll wait.
That being said, too, I mean, you've been in NXT for over a year now. Obviously, you were introduced as part of the Breakout Tournament about over a year ago, last summer, in the summer of 2019. Triple H has even said before as well that when you first showed up in the NXT scene, it didn't really seem like people understood who Cameron Grimes was all about, but we're seeing that now. When, for you, Cameron, do you really think you started to click, okay, I'm on a roll, I know who I am now that I'm here in NXT?
As time goes, you can understand more, I guess. Well, I mean, it is hard to understand me. Look at me. I'm an enigma. I can say the word now when I talk about myself because I am an enigma. There is no one like me. So how can you look at me and go, I can relate with that guy? Because you can't relate with me. Like I said, at 27 years old, I've wrestled in 7 different countries. I've traveled the world at 27 years old. I'm wrestling for the greatest company in the world for professional sports entertainment, WWE. Baby. So maybe it is a little hard to understand who Cameron Grimes is because maybe he ain't never worked that hard. Maybe you ain't never seen a man that looks like he could be out on the street smelly, but it's actually working harder than you because that's why I'm smelly. I stink, and maybe my hair isn't trimmed up real nice because I don't go to the barber shop to get Instagram likes. I'm here to get championships, Graham. And that's why Cameron Grimes has got that rocket built. And all I'm waiting on is my seat belt, and that's from NXT Gold to take me to the moon.
You got a favorite match you've had so far in the last year in NXT, Cameron, or not yet?
I'm going to have to say maybe not yet. I mean, I've had some good ones. You know, I have enjoyed beating Finn Balor. I have enjoyed beating Kushida. I have enjoyed beating Damian Priest, like you said, but I haven't even showed my full potential, Graham. I haven't even showed my full potential, is what I'm saying. Like, at 27 years old, I haven't even showed any of you guys my full potential. And I'm just waiting because right now, all I got to do is hit somebody with a cave in, and that's as easy as it is.
Let's say you beat Dexter Lumis tomorrow night, Halloween Havoc. Is there anyone you're most looking forward to facing at some point, or is it all eyes on the gold, back to Damian Priest, back to the Finn Balor? Because like you said, you've beaten them before, so obviously a rematch of the championship would probably, seem to make the most sense at some point.
When I beat Dexter Lumis tomorrow at Halloween Havoc, Haunted House of Terror match, whatever that may be and entail, whenever I beat Dexter Lumis and stomp him for the 3rd time in 4 weeks now? Is it 3 cave-ins in 4 weeks? If my math is correct, maybe it's 5 weeks. But either way, it'll be 3 cave-ins that man's ate. And once he's done and out of the picture, Finn Balor, he hurt his little jaw. I mean, do I have to wait for him? Or will he fight me again? I mean, I beat him when he was 100%, so does he want to fight me when he's at 75%? I'm not quite sure, but Damian Priest, I mean, if he can actually get past Johnny, I mean, Johnny's a weaselly little guy, but if Damian can actually get past Johnny, I'll beat Damian again. But, I mean, I haven't actually beat Johnny yet, and, he is the NXT, what would you consider Johnny? Like an NXT icon? Or is that a good word for
Triple
that?
Crown champion?
And if he wins, then it'd be nothing for me to go ahead and squish him out. So come on, I'm ready for anything. I'm looking past Dexter Lumis, even though I know he's looking at me.
Final 2 questions for you, Cameron. Do you have a favorite match from Halloween Havoc's past? This is the first time we've seen the pay-per-view in 20 years since the WCW days. I mean, obviously, I guess Eddie and Ray is a popular answer from the 97-98 show. Do you have a favorite Halloween Havoc match prior to what we're going to be getting tomorrow night on NXT?
Honestly, it's going to be that match. That's probably really the only match from those that I went back and actually watched. Like I'm saying, I'm 27 years old. I was a child then. I can barely remember it. But that match would have been a match that I would have went back and watched multiple times. Was Eddie and Ray.
And final question for you, Cameron. Like you said, you're not scared going into this match. You're prepared, you're ready. But if you got to prepare for this, haunted House of Terror match that we've never seen before in WWE, is there any one horror movie that you can watch to prepare for this match on Wednesday? That might be your favorite or that you think might be relevant going into this match?
Cameron Grimes isn't a fan of horror, let me tell you. So I try to stay away from all scary movies. But let me tell you, if I get locked in a house, I'm going to be trying to get out. Okay? And that's the only scary movie that I can reference in that type of way. Because I'm not a fan of horror. I don't want to watch scary movies because I'm scared I might get scared. You understand?
100%. Well, it's going to be a great match nonetheless tomorrow night, NXT Haunted House of Terror match. Halloween Havoc going to be great. Thanks a lot for the time, Cameron. I appreciate it, and best of luck on Wednesday.
Yeah, thanks, Graham. And remember, I'm not scared. Make sure you put that in the header. I am not scared.
You got it, Cameron. Take care. Best of luck. Happy Halloween as well. Enjoy your week.
Thank you. Thank you, brother.